Bill Gates did not invent anything. The basic program was made by some mathematics professors in a college. The Office operating system was by a software engineer, and he bought it for $50,000. He's built the empire by creating patents on software. And the first WTO meeting in Singapore gave him tax concessions, which is why all the IT industry moved to India. The fact that Silicon Valley became India's Silicon Valley is because they could save $40 billion annually, paying lower wages for the same work. It was an outsourcing of software, all for Bill Gates. And then he started to put some of his money into philanthropy. And everyone thinks, wow, he's such a generous man. He gives so much. I've done an analysis in the book. Every place he gives to is his former future markets.
Brings together innovative spirit, creative design, an absolute fearlessness, and a huge affection for the human spirit.
Emmett's time as a DU undergraduate deeply influenced his advocacy for higher education and his lifelong support of the university.
He's a leader at least as much because of what he does behind the scenes, how he helps people, often without their even knowing it.
Emmett's own career spans the array, from corporate America to military service, academia to entrepreneur. He founded the domain name registry Network Solutions and went on to build a number of successful companies, including his current venture, Artura, a partnership with his son.
Okay, Network Solutions. At one time, like I said, let me tell you a little bit about Network Solutions. It was founded in 1979. Okay. And one of the businesses that Network Solutions was responsible for was the registration of domain names. Something happened with Network Solutions. I'm not going to get into it on this particular video, but it's really disturbing because this man would be a multi-billionaire today were it not for some foul play that took place on behalf of others, which would include persons within our United States government who basically would not work with this man so that he could charge the right prices in order to maintain his company. So he ended up selling the business to another company who, within a very short period of time, went back to the government to get authorization to do exactly what he had attempted to do. And whereas they had said no to this black man, they turned around and said yes to the white man.
Dad's boss.
Who made billions as a result of that. This is what happens with African Americans. Now, if you know, I happen to know that he's very reticent to cry foul or to, cry over spilled milk or lost milk or whatever, cry sour grapes. But I know he's very disturbed by it, but he continues to do the things he does to be a pioneer within the information technology business. He's on the forefront of technology. But it's really disturbing that even today, so many times when we do something, they not only try to steal credit from an African American, but they would do everything they can sometimes to thwart your efforts or not allow you to do it, but turn around and allow someone else to do the same thing so that they could take credit for it and continue the insidious scheme that they have to keep you unaware of the true progress and achievements of African Americans. It's a concerted effort. And yes, it is a conspiracy.
He's the chairman and CEO. He's very strategic, focused on the vision and the direction of the company.
Emmett is often on the leading edge of advancing computer technologies, which makes his insights and involvement in startup companies like the software innovator Semantic Labs a true value in a competitive economy.
There are tons. I made a video previously about Mark D, the man who is most responsible for inventing the IBM PCAT platform, which allowed us to get to where we are today. All subsequent computers have been modeled after the IBM PCAT. Okay, there was a time that there was only two types of computers on the market. You either bought a Apple Macintosh, or you bought an IBM compatible or an IBM. And the reason all the other computers were called IBM compatibles is because they were all compatible with the IBM PCAT platform that was developed by Dr. Mark Dean, a black man. Okay? And when we talk about these particular things that I happen to know because I do this a lot, you always get white people come along and act as though it's not important and that you're almost being racist, or they will actually accuse you of being racist because you stress the racial component that they did not know, don't want to know, and don't want you to know. That just shows you how very important it is, because they want to continue to make these ridiculous statements assuming that any and everything that was ever done was done by a white man rather than a person of color. They prefer ignorance, in other words, so their ears are burning. They don't want to hear it. They just want to continue to lie and deny it. Lie and deny it. That's what they do. That's what they want to do. It makes them feel good about their own mediocrity and their own failure, basically. So let's talk a little bit more. I want to keep this video short, but I want